G'day, Tragic here, and welcome to the last turn of round 3. This is Star Trek Frontiers, and it's been a pretty brutal couple of rounds, I should say. But we're into the elite units now. There's going to be high XP value targets, so we might make some rapid progress early in the next round, I hope. So let's get straight into this, and it's going to be a very, very quick turn. Most of this is actually going to be selecting tactics for the next round. So boom, it is Cisco. He's just going to play these sideways for 2 and get an explore. And that is going to level him up. So I'll just pull that out now. But he goes, yep. Oh, actually, he's leveling up to a... Oh god, we're so bad at this game. So we're leveling up, but we're only getting to our second level, or whatever you call it. So what have we got here? We have pulse torpedoes. We have all enemies get minus, which seems extremely strong. And we have experience, using diplomacy for experience. I think I'm going to take... We're going to start hitting the guys with resistance, so these become less or more. I don't know. It's hard with the way resistances work because this will only be resisted by red resistance. Pulse torpedo shields. Oh, these are shields, beg your pardon. That's actually pretty good. Remember, partially blocking is really good. So even just that without powering it is pretty damn good. But minus attack, is that better? Is it better to reduce the attack or to reduce the incoming damage? I think this is better because it affects all enemies if you power it up. Oh, it even affects all enemies. Yeah, we're definitely taking this. So he gets that. And he finally gets to level up. Okay, so got quick thinking. 1 card played sideways gives you +2 instead of 1. If you do not use a data die this turn, gain 3 instead. Wow, wish I had that last round. And this is move increased by 2. Ooh. You know, normally I'm not really into these move increase, but I'm totally taking that because I've just had the worst time moving in this game so far. So that's the end of that. Let's go to Martok, and he's got nothing. He's just going to declare end of round. And then it's going to be Lursa's turn. Let's see if Lursa can do something. There is nothing in the source. So 5, 6, 7 to get to here. It'd be good for her to get out of dodge. What can she produce? Use 1 additional die from the core this turn. She can re-roll it. Any color except white. Take 1 die from the core and set it to any color except white. Gain 2 data tokens of that color. Wow, I didn't realize that this could actually set to non-basic mana. So I could set that to a question mark and gain 5 movement. So that would give me 5 movement. That'd give me 5 movement, right? Or I could go 4, 5, 6, 7 movement. Would probably be the better. So that's 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7. Yeah, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and start heading over this way towards Martok. And we're going to pay for it like this. Bam. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. And she is out. And now we have Picard, who has moved 2. And he's just going to go Oh, he didn't get his red crystal for finishing on here at the end of the turn. Did I not actually do the explore? Sorry, I'm trying to go going a little bit too fast for my own good. So this is where Cisco explored, by the way. So we have a Borg sphere. We have a Dominion starbase. So he's going to go 1, 2, and I think he's at. So here's a question: should I move into there, because that's 3 to move in, to just sort of remove that grind going through this really slow space? But if he goes this way, he's got to deal with these 2 things. There is a thingomy-doodle what's it up here, or he could just go this way, nice and smooth, pick up these guys, pick up these guys. I think, see, yeah, I think I'm going to keep this crystal and just farm another red crystal and just declare end of round for him as well. And then it is back to Cisco, who is also going to declare. Oh, wait, I didn't draw a card. I had one more card to draw. Oh, that's the one I picked up, yeah. So he is also going to declare end of round. And now it's Martok's turn, and because he's already declared end of round, that is now the end of the round. Okay. Just clean this up now. Just refresh all the spells, of course. Oh, and here's an interesting. Now we actually... Oop! I kind of screwed that up. I forgot to clear the old spells. So I'll just get these guys over here. Press the wrong button. But we now have elites, just like in Mage Knight. So these guys are much more powerful. Attack 8. Crazy. Is that lore? Oh, that's data. Data's only a basic. Look at this guy. 6 shields, 7 shields, 7 shields. You can hire him on Borg Cube, so he's like a city unit. Ah, Jarok, you are a traitor, sir. You've made your choice, sir. Okay. And Compassion, Prestige, that's an excellent card, especially for Martok. Oh, Changeling is still on the deck. That is like the best card ever. Okay, so pretty strong output for the next round. I'm going to reduce the size of these a little. 1, 2. This is basically, that's why you might have noticed I increased the size of the dice when I started the game playing on YouTube to make it more readable. But the larger the dice, it's a little bit less proper, in inverted commas. I think the physics on the dice are. So I'm just going to reduce them a little, just so we get some better actual rolling. Because it seems we had terrible rolls. Yablam. So you can see that is what I have the dice set to in the actual default settings for the game. Okay, so we have, once again, we have over half the die are non-basic. And there we go. So we now have, that's actually a pretty good source. If only we had one white. Oh, what was this? Was that? Yeah, that was a. If this was a white, it would probably be a perfect source. And now we just need to pick our tactics. And again, we go in turn order. Now, what we're trying to do now is some of our characters. Didn't I move this guy here? I did. He moved here and then bought a spell. So I don't know why I didn't move him. So that was 1, 2 to move there. We position 2 of our characters next to monasteries, so they'd have first pick of the stuff. But look, not a single monastery unit has come out. So that was really a bit of a waste. But they do have access to this. Martok particularly, this is great for Martok because not only will it take the damage that he takes from the movement, will also translate into being able to use for spell discards and stuff using these abilities here. So it's a very, very, very powerful powerful card for him. What's this one? Heal 2. Turn 1 data crystal in your inventory into 2 data tokens of the same color. Wow. Heal 5. Gain 2 reputation at the end of the turn. You know who needs this? Lursa and Pator. That's an interesting thing. The top of it is actually very powerful. This would be good for sending down red shirts on away missions. You could get them all wounded and then just heal them. Healing works the same as in Mage Knight. So this guy is a level 1 unit, so he costs 1 heal point to heal. This guy costs 3 heal points. Yeah, so that was a bit of a bummer. So being next to here didn't really help Bakard like I hoped. He should have stayed up here and he could have just gone straight into these things. Okay, so let's draw our starting hands. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And we are drawing now. Does anyone have extra drawing power? No one is next to... Yeah, no one is next to any Romulan bases. So we have... and first is Cisco. Superior ranged and diplomacy, shields and move, and getting extra tokens. Okay, he's got a very good, and he's got plus movement. He's got a very good turn, so he can basically, he wants to go in here. So he wants to go first. So he's going to search and he's going to grab the level 2. He doesn't want anyone else to go first. But he's going to take level 3. That's going to ensure... Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because he's partnered with Bakard, and Bakard is going to work with him. So there's no need to really worry about Bakard stealing the area. So we could actually go for a more powerful opening hand thing. What has he got? He's got diplomacy... masses of diplomacy, repairs and heals, movement. Finally, we start seeing with movement, and we have additional die and a way to using insight to fix die. So that's 4. What do you have to do to kill this guy? He needs to do 8 damage or blue damage. He's got no damage again. 4 is 8 damage right there. And he's got insight. Okay, so he needs 3, 4, 5 to get there. Okay, so he is going to take... Fortune. Oh wait, first it starts with this guy. So he's going to take, because he's not really worried. So he's about Bakard nicking his move. So he's going to take Planning, which is one of the more powerful cards, especially because he's only got a draw of 5 at the moment. Martog has the next pick. Okay, he's got some wounds, he's got masses of diplomacy, and he's got a great, this is going to come in really in handy, and he's got no sockets 3, but again, there's no units to actually hire here. He can hire this, which is really strong, But maybe he should get some units. He can hire Data, or he can hire the Federation officer who doesn't believe in Data. I don't think this guy and this guy work together very well because he doesn't believe in his ability to command a starship. I mean, you wouldn't make a Klingon a counselor or a Bolin a science officer. They're just not suited for those positions. Okay, whatever. So this is attack and repair 2. That could be really good for him, actually, to sort of remove excess damage, because he's taking so much damage in. That's actually not a bad card for him. It's 6 to hire, though. Diplomacy 4. So I think... and this is going to give him pluses and generation. Yeah, so I think he's just going to go search... I think he's going to take secret. No, he's going to go. Does he want to go first? There's no real reason for him to go first. So I think he's just going to take secret. He's going to take evaluation and just snake the first position. He doesn't really need it. And that allows him to discard 3 cards. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Draw another, draw up to 6, and just put this back in here. Okay, energy flow came out. Excellent. That's going to come in very handy. Does he have a diplomacy value? No. This guy does. Okay, so that is that. Now we have Lursa's turn, and she has, what has she got? Move, insight, improvise, and thingo. So she's going to take... I think she's just going to take fortune. No one wants secret plot. I guess actually, yeah. He's gonna take secret plot. So she draws another 2 cards. And I guess he's gonna take, I suppose he's gonna take blue. And that way he'll always be able to power insight if he needs to. Because we had such problems with the dice last turn. I want to really use insight a lot more. And just having that blue means he's always going to be able to have access to data. I mean, we've done really well, almost paranoidly well, on generating some data. I would have much preferred... Now that I know that we got no decent things here, he should have, on this turn, he could have moved 1 more into here, into 3, using that 4, and that would have set him up for an easier road into this nice rich tile that's got lots of stuff to attack. But them's the breaks. Okay, so that is that. This is no longer there. He's still wounded. And our new turn order is Martok is now 1. Picard is now 2. Cisco is 4. And there we go. Bam. Okay, so that is the end of this round. We've had a pretty harsh time of it, but with luck, we'll be able to get some really high value tokens getting killed, especially to level up Lursa. Like, if Lursa's, look how far behind she is, man. She only needs to get 15, and a lot of the tokens will have 8, 9 XP now. So if she can just kill a couple, what we really should do is send her to a... There's one here. There's another one here. If she can get there in time, I don't think she will because Cisco's just going to take this one, right? But this spell is crazy powerful, and that could really help Lursa. But we'll see what happens in the next round. This is Star Trek Frontiers, and I will see you guys around 3 next time.